The year is 2025. The world stands on the precipice of a new era, yet old conflicts continue to haunt humanity. The world watches as war continues to rage in Eastern Europe. Cities lie in ruins, and the cries of the innocent echo through the streets. But amidst the fog of war, strange stories emerge. Tales that defy the usual narratives of heroism and sacrifice. Whispers travel from the front lines. These whispers carry tales of discontent and defiance, spreading like wildfire among the ranks. They speak of North Korean soldiers far from home taking desperate measures. These soldiers, once symbols of unwavering loyalty, now find themselves in a foreign land, questioning their purpose. These soldiers, sent by their enigmatic leader Kim Jong-Un to support Russia's campaign, are now attempting to defect. The promises of glory and honor have faded, replaced by the harsh realities of war. They are risking everything to escape the clutches of both warring sides. The journey is perilous, fraught with danger at every turn, but the desire for freedom drives them forward. Reports suggest panic is spreading among the ranks. The once disciplined and orderly units are now gripped by fear and uncertainty. These soldiers, trained for unwavering loyalty, are now questioning their orders. The ideals they were taught to uphold are now in conflict with the reality they face. They see the reality of the conflict, the brutality and the bloodshed. The horrors of war are no longer distant stories, but a daily reality. This is not the glorious campaign they were promised. The propaganda that once fueled their resolve now seems hollow and deceitful, and this is a fight they no longer want to be a part of. The desire to return home, to find peace, outweighs the call to arms. In the midst of chaos, a quiet rebellion brews, one that could change the course of the conflict. The North Korean soldiers deployed to Ukraine face a harsh reality. They are ill-prepared for the realities of modern warfare. Their weaponry is outdated, their training is inadequate. They find themselves outmatched by both Ukrainian and Russian forces. Their living conditions are dire. They lack basic supplies, adequate food, and proper medical care. Many suffer from malnutrition, disease, and exhaustion. The psychological toll is immense. They live in constant fear, knowing that capture by either side could mean imprisonment or worse. Why would a soldier risk everything to defect? The answer lies in the brutal reality of life under the North Korean regime. Many of these soldiers come from impoverished backgrounds. They have known nothing but hardship and oppression. The promise of a better life in the West, a life free from fear and want, is a powerful motivator. They see defection as their only chance for survival. It is a gamble, a dangerous one, but for many it is a risk worth taking. The North Korean regime maintains a tight grip on its military. Loyalty to the supreme leader is paramount. It is enforced through a system of indoctrination, surveillance, and brutal punishment. Soldiers are taught from a young age to revere Kim Jong-un as a godlike figure. They are constantly monitored by political officers who report any sign of dissent. The threat of punishment, both for the individual and their family, is a powerful deterrent. Defection is considered the ultimate act of betrayal. It carries with it the harshest consequences. Yet despite this, the number of defections continues to rise, suggesting cracks in Kim Jong-un's iron grip. North Korea's involvement in the Ukrainian conflict is shrouded in secrecy. It's a complex game of geopolitical chess. Pyongyang, heavily sanctioned by the West, sees an opportunity to strengthen its alliance with Moscow. Providing military support, even in the form of poorly equipped soldiers, allows Kim Jong-un to curry favor and secure much-needed resources. For the soldiers themselves, this conflict is far removed from their own lives. They are pawns in a game they do not understand, fighting for a cause that is not their own. This sense of alienation further fuels their desire to escape. Section 6. Cracks in the facade, defiance and the erosion of control. The defections of North Korean soldiers in Ukraine are a highly symbolic act. They represent a crack in the carefully constructed facade of Kim Jong-un's regime. They expose the lie of unwavering loyalty and the deep-seated desire for freedom that exists within North Korean society. These acts of defiance, though small in number, send a powerful message to the world. They show that even within the most tightly controlled societies, the human spirit cannot be completely extinguished. The longing for freedom, for a better life, can overcome even the most intense fear. Section 7. The world reacts, a Cold War echo in the 21st century. The international community has reacted with a mixture of shock and intrigue to the reports of North Korean defections in Ukraine. This unexpected development has captured the attention of global media, sparking debates and discussions across various platforms. Experts are being called upon to provide insights, while the general public remains glued to their screens, eager for updates and analyses. The presence of these soldiers on European soil, a stark reminder of the global reach of authoritarian regimes, has sent ripples of unease through Western capitals. The sight of military personnel patrolling the streets of Ukraine is a jarring image, reminiscent of a bygone era. It underscores the persistent influence and reach of regimes that many had hoped were confined to history. Governments and human rights organizations are now grappling with a complex moral and logistical dilemma. The challenge lies not only in addressing the immediate needs of the defectors, but also in navigating the broader geopolitical implications. Meetings are being held behind closed doors, and public protests are becoming more frequent as activists demand action and accountability. How should they handle these defectors? The question is not just about providing refuge, but also about ensuring their safety and integrating them into new societies. Diplomatic negotiations are underway, with various countries weighing in on the best course of action. The international community is watching closely, aware that the decisions made now will set precedents for future cases. What are their rights under international law? Legal experts are poring over treaties and conventions, trying to determine the most appropriate legal framework for these defectors. Courtrooms are becoming battlegrounds for debates on human rights, sovereignty, and international obligations. The legal intricacies are vast and the stakes are incredibly high. The situation evokes echoes of the Cold War, when defections from behind the Iron Curtain were seen as both a propaganda victory and a humanitarian crisis. The parallels are striking, with the same mix of political maneuvering and human drama playing out on the world stage. As history seems to repeat itself, the world is reminded of the enduring struggle for freedom and the complexities that come with it. Section 8. Between Two Fires, the perilous search for sanctuary. For those North Korean soldiers who do manage to escape, the journey is far from over. They find themselves caught between two fires. Hunted by Russian forces who see them as deserters and wary of Ukrainian authorities who might view them with suspicion, their search for sanctuary is fraught with danger. Many are forced into hiding, relying on the kindness of strangers and underground networks. They travel under assumed identities, their pasts a closely guarded secret. The fear of being discovered, of being sent back to North Korea, haunts their every move. Section 9. A glimmer of hope, defiance, and the future of North Korea. The Hermit Kingdom, shrouded in secrecy and ruled with an iron fist, has long been a subject of global concern and speculation. Yet, amidst the tales of oppression and control, there are stories that shine a light on the resilience of the human spirit. The defections of North Korean soldiers in Ukraine, though a tragedy for those involved, offer a glimmer of hope. These soldiers, often seen as mere instruments of the regime, have shown that even in the most controlled environments, the desire for freedom cannot be entirely extinguished. They are a testament to the enduring human spirit and the universal desire for freedom. Their faces, etched with determination and hope, tell a story of courage and defiance. These individuals risk everything, leaving behind their families, their homes, and the only life they've ever known, in search of a better future. Their actions, however desperate, chip away at the regime's control. Each defection is a small crack in the seemingly impenetrable facade of the North Korean government. It is a silent protest, a way of saying enough to the years of indoctrination and fear. They expose the vulnerabilities of Kim Jong-Un's regime and the growing discontent within North Korean society. The cracks are becoming more visible, and the once unshakable grip of the regime is starting to show signs of weakness. The discontent is not just among the soldiers, but is spreading to the general populace, who are beginning to question the narrative they've been fed for so long. Whether these acts of defiance will ultimately lead to meaningful change in North Korea remains to be seen. The road to freedom is fraught with danger and uncertainty. However, the courage displayed by these defectors ignites a spark of hope. It suggests that change, no matter how slow, is possible. But one thing is certain: The world is watching, and the courage of these soldiers serves as a powerful reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit yearns for freedom. The international community, with its eyes fixed on North Korea, must continue to support and amplify these voices of defiance. For in their bravery, we find a universal truth. The quest for freedom is unyielding, and the human spirit, no matter how oppressed, will always strive to break free.